Hi friends, thanks for pressing play today. I'm going to be making something that's a little different than our usual family favorites. And you'll notice that I said make, not bake. That's because I'm going to show you how to make something that's been available in the freezer section of the grocery store since 1996. It's called an Uncrustable sandwich. And if you're not familiar with it, what it is 2 pieces of very fresh bread that has a filling of peanut butter and jelly inside. The 2 pieces of bread are then cut into a circle and sealed around the edges so that you end up with this wonderful pillow of peanut butter and jelly. They're absolutely delicious, and I'm going to show you how to make them yourselves with many variations on the fillings so that you can enjoy them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe not dinner, but definitely dessert. Regarding the equipment that you need, you must have something that will cut through the bread and then also seal it to keep the filling inside. I have this little implement that I've had for decades, and I've used it to cut cookies. It can make a filled pasta if you want. It has an edge around it that will cut through the bread. You simply press on it like that, give it a little wiggle, and you can feel that the bread has been cut into a circle. Then, if you push on this center button, it has another little piece to it that comes down and it crimps the edges. Now, I also have this little item that's much newer and really kind of fun to use. And you have different shapes here. It'll make a circle. You have a square that will fit most pieces of bread. And then you have one that will cut a piece of bread into triangles. This is the one that I'm going to use for the dessert that we'll see in a minute. Now let's talk about the ingredients. So the most important ingredient for these wonderful little bundles is the bread itself. Honestly, what you want to find is bread that's very soft and that you know will sort of adhere to itself. Now, the other thing that you have to make sure is that it has a rounded top. You don't want the kind of bread that sort of sinks in the middle and comes back up, because it won't give you enough room for the sandwich cutter itself to fit inside the crust. I'm going to take 2 pieces of the white bread, and then I'm going to put bacon and eggs inside of it. Place a freshly scrambled egg on the bread and then follow it with a little bit of crispy bacon. Now would be the time to add a condiment like Tabasco sauce or ketchup. Put the top piece of bread on the sandwich and, using the cutting portion of the gadget, cut through both slices of bread. Follow that with the crimper and press hard so that all the edges are sealed. That it's crimped and sealed all along the outside, and on the inside you've got your scrambled egg and bacon ready to go. You're right, you do have bread crusts left over, but I'm going to actually save it, and I'll be making a little bread pudding later on. Now that we've covered breakfast, I'm going to move on to lunch. I'm going to use the whole wheat version of our bread and also some of the traditional white bread. And we'll start with just your traditional peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hi friends, I'm popping in here because I've been editing this video and I've realized that I took about 10 minutes to explain how to make a PB&J sandwich. So rather than do that, I'm going to fast forward through most of it and just explain what I did. In addition to the peanut butter and jelly, I used cashew nut butter, I used Nutella, the hazelnut spread, I made a bologna and cheese sandwich, and even a ham and cheese sandwich. You could even use tuna salad or chicken salad. The possibilities are endless, and I really encourage you to use your imagination with all the new products that are on supermarket shelves. This sealed, uncrusted sandwich is really trending now, and I think in part that's due to Jason and Travis Kelsey's podcast called New Heights. In the podcast, Travis had mentioned how much he loves the Uncrustable sandwich and that he even eats them before a football game. Well, wouldn't you know it, the very next day, all over the country, there was an uptick in sales, and this product has really started trending again. So give it a try. I am going to dip back into the video now because I want you to see how I made the dessert sandwich that I talked about earlier. It's so yummy, and I think you'll enjoy it. One ingredient that we haven't discussed is this wonderfully delicious cookie butter that's on grocery shelves now. So I'm going to use it today for my dessert sealed sandwich. But I'm also going to use another favorite ingredient. You're not going to believe it. You've seen it on the shelves. You've had it yourself, admit it. This delicious fluff. Now for this sandwich, I'm going to use a soft white bread, and I'm going to use the cutter that will form the little uncrusted sandwiches into triangles. So using the back of the spoon, I just place it mostly in the center of the slice of bread. That's probably too much fluff, but we'll see. I'll leave a little bit behind and place this here. There, I've done the best I can, and I'm pressing down to cut the bread into the triangles. Then I can take the sealing portion of my little gadget and put it on top and press down again. There, I've got two wonderful triangles that we're going to serve as dessert, but let me show you how I do that. I've got a white dessert plate here that's so pretty, and I'm just going to take a little bit of cocoa and put it in my sifter. And then carefully sift around the outside of the plate and just place them in a pretty manner on the plate, and you have this wonderful dessert sealed sandwich to serve. You could even serve it with a little side dish of the hazelnut spread for dipping. It's so sweet and yummy. I just love it. So that's my take on the sealed sandwich. I hope you give it a try. The possibilities are endless. Just remember, the fork is always on the left.